Abiola.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming on Let Me Talk podcast
Thank you
today.
for having me.
I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm excited too.
I'm glad we connected.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because I don't know, like, you're a musician, you're kind of the vibe of this podcast. Like,
I'm allowed to swear, hey? Yeah, fuck yeah.
Well, I mean, I started off doing act as a musician,
Yeah.
so it's awesome to like have you here.
Thank you. No, I'm keen to be here, and I
all
saw
of it, which is so interesting. Your whole kind of journeys, especially learning it off Big Brother. Like,
yeah, for sure.
It's insane, but it's fun. I kind of do rapid fire, but I thought I would do something different with you.
Hell yeah.
Let me see if you're game. It depends, but honestly, if you want to answer it, you can. If not, we're gonna do a different option.
All right, let's do it. I'm down.
Okay, so what I've come up with this time around is you can tell me who the worst Big Brother housemate was to live with, or you can ring a housemate and pretend that you've been arrested and tell them you need to be bailed out.
Yeah, I'll ring someone for sure. Yeah. But I'm like, I just rang Vinny to like, so he could show me where to go. I can't do Vinny. I don't even know if Alana will believe me. And then Mia's like, oh, I could do Ed. Oh, yeah, okay, let me.
Someone who's like gullible.
Yeah, who's gullible? Like, who's going to
does everyone know where you are right now?
Nah, only Vinny.
Okay, could you say you're somewhere else?
Yeah, 100%. I'm trying to think who will take it the most because I just messaged Alana. I could say I got done for smoking weed and driving.
That could work.
All right, let me. All right, let's go. Surely she's expecting me to call later, so surely she like.
Answer.
Bruh. All right, let me hear Ed.
Straight to the voicemail.
Yeah, I know. Let me hear Ed. All right. Oh, because his brother's a cop. I'm going to hit that. Nah, no way no one's going to answer me right now.
Surely someone.
Bro, you're all fakes. You're all That's like, who? Like, I don't know. Like, I could call.
You can't even call Vinny.
I can't call Vinny. Ed would just message me saying, just in a meeting, what's up? Nah, bro.
Urgent.
Legit, where's Alana? Like, I know Alana's just at the beach. Like, come on, man.
She's really like quiet.
I reckon she's calling me back because I just called and it went straight to voice message.
Ooh.
No, come on.
Get the acting game on.
What's going on? Oh, yeah, I think she's calling me. Hold on. Oh, no, she's not. She's not. What's going on? Nah, this is pissing me off. Like, you've all ruined this now. Because if I do Mia's just not even going to believe it, bro. Like,
do you reckon
Mia would just be like...
Does she know you're doing this today?
Nah, okay. I mean, I could say... I'm just going to say that I got caught stealing at Coles. Yeah, okay. Hey, man, I'm bugging low key. I'm sorry to call you. I just got caught like stealing at Coles and they've like fully taken me up to the office and I'm like freaking out that like they're gonna like, I don't know, like post it somewhere. And I thought that you might be able to call, like I couldn't get in touch with Alana. She might know what to do. Do you know what I should do?
Well, what are they saying to you?
Well, they literally caught me with like avocados down my pants. So I can't really like, and like I had like toothpaste and like other shit, just like all down my pants and like I can't really like say I didn't steal anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what do I do? Like, I don't know, they like want to take my photo and shit. I'm like bugging.
Wait, who said that?
The like security guards, they want to like take my photo and like put it up like on their like, you know, do not enter list and all this, but I'm bugging because like all the employees have seen me and stuff.
Yeah. Well, they can't take a photo of you without your consent.
That's correct, but I feel like I'm kind of like can't really say like nah. Like, does your dad know any like lawyers or anything?
No.
Because like I feel like because they've like said that they found all this like stuff from me in the past as well, like stealing stuff. So like.
Okay. Like, can you just say like, Like, I'm happy to, pay for the items.
Yeah, they don't want to do none of that. They're just like, nah, we've caught you before on our AI technology and everything. And I'm like, bruh, I'm bugging, bro. Like, they've brought up like videos on like the self-serve and everything.
Yeah. So they're not giving you like really
but Mia, like I did it. Like, you know what I mean? Like this is...
I know, but like it's about like your privacy though.
Sorry, Mia. Yeah, man, I'm sorry. I'm on the podcast and won't let me talk and I had to call you. Yeah, man. Wow, good to know that you just let me get away with shit. Like,
Oh my God, do you want me to get in my car?
Do you want me to get in my car? Nah, you're so funny, Mia. Nah. You're a good sport. Good to know who, to call you if this ever does occur.
Yes, I'm good in a crisis.
Yeah, exactly, man. You'll never snitch.
Side note, okay, never steal from Coles because I feel like this could be
Nah.
At least you answered.
Yeah. I was just being, honest. Yeah.
Oh my God, okay.
All right. Thank you, Mia.
Well, enjoy
Thank you, bro. All right. I'll talk to you later.
I love
Okay,
it.
bye.
I love it. She full has your back.
Yeah, she's
She's
willing
like,
to just
criminal
like...
or not.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, and I was like, they got the evidence and she was still just like, yeah, it's privacy. I'm like, no, ain't no privacy, man.
Insane. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I probably am going to get phone calls from Alana and edit some point. And I'm like, hey.
So I was meant to call you later. Let's just do the combo now. No, but that's so good. I love how you guys have such a good friendship, you and Mia.
Yeah, I mean, the phone calls didn't show it, but I swear they do normally answer.
No, maybe they just sense that you were like gonna prank
fucking
them.
with them and they were like, nah, I'm not trying to be involved in this, you know?
Well, I kind of want to get into like your childhood. What kind of kid were you? Were you quite confident, shy? I mean, a musician, you kind of...
Yeah, always like been like very musical. Like I wrote my first like song when I was like 5 or 6. So like I was that kid, but like I've literally just imagined me, but like an eighth of my size. Like that's what I was as a kid, like personality, everything. Like I've always like been quite masculine, been quite like I was always friends with all the boys and did all the sports and did all that. And so I was just a loud little weird kid, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Were you always encouraged to just be yourself? And
yeah, by my mum 100%. Like there was no like ifs and buts of if I was not going to be myself. Like it was just like she let me like completely like dress how I wanted to dress, do what I wanted to do. Like I remember I like asked my mum when I was like 10 or something if I was gay and she was like, I don't know, only you know if you're gay. And I was like, true. And that's like when the older you get, that's like a really cool thing that your parent says that to you. Like you literally ask them something and then they're like and just for her to be like, well, I don't know. Like that's not something that I can answer for you.
Yeah.
It's like low key, like the best answer you could get as a child. You know what I mean? Because she didn't know.
Yeah.
Just because I dressed like a little boy doesn't mean that I was gay. So she couldn't just say that even though I was, like, you know what I mean?
It's awesome that she didn't like shut it down as well. Like,
she was
it was
yeah.
She's like, well, you tell me.
Yeah,
like,
literally.
In your own time.
Literally.
When you're like kind of able to like understand it better and things like that, you just tell me.
100%.
Awesome.
So yeah, no, I had a very good childhood. Like it was dope. Like my dad wasn't there, but my mum pulled through in every way possible, you know? Yeah.
And you opened up about your mum a lot on Big Brother. What was your relationship like leading up to it before she passed away? Were you always quite close?
Yeah, like we've always I always would say that my mum was like my best friend. Like when I was a kid, like my 2 worst fears were dying and my mum dying. Yeah. And then my mum died and I was like, fuck, like this is hectic. But we were so close, like so close, like because it was just us 2 in the house. Yeah. So like we just everything we'd watch, we like most of my music taste, my movies, all that stuff, all I got from my mum. And we would just hang out all the time. Like, and so when she was dying, I kind of took on the role, she was dying of cancer. So I kind of took on the role of like looking after her and stuff. I wasn't really going to school much. I was only, when she got really sick. It was like end of year 7, start of year 8.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a young age.
Yeah.
That's a lot to take on.
Yeah. Well, so I was just like the one, like I would look after her. I would cook. I'd have to cook for myself, cook for her, all that. Look after the dogs, like all that stuff, which was a lot, but like I wouldn't have it any other way because I got to spend all this extra time with my mum because I didn't actually know she was dying. So it was kind of like, it was a blessing.
So you just weren't like, you didn't know.
So it was a tricky one because so my mum had cancer twice and then went into remission and then they told her actually no, you're not in remission. And then my mum was basically like, I don't want to go through chemo anymore. I want to figure out another way to beat this cancer, which like as an adult now I go, that's hella dumb. Yeah. But as a kid you go, oh yeah, nah, fair mum, you know what you're doing. So my mum like didn't think she was dying at all, even though her body had given up on her. Like it's almost like people forget that cancer kind of does take over your brain and all that. So like up until like literally the day she died, I didn't know she was dying. I only found out she was dying the day I walked into the hospital and she died like a few hours later. So it was just kind of like I didn't have this whole like build up that my mum was going to die. It was just like she was in hospital but she was still telling me she was going to be all right. So I was like, okay, well you believe what your mum says, you know what I mean? And then, the day she died, I went to the hospital and everyone was like, yeah, she's dying. And I was like, what? Like, why did no one tell me this?
Yeah,
like,
that's kind of like
crazy.
shock as a kid. Like
I was just 13. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so young.
Yeah,
You're almost just like, you don't know how to think, how to be like in a situation that young as well.
Yeah, no, I went straight to my best friend's party after, like birthday sleepover, because I was like, I just want to be around my friend. Like I was like hella in denial. Like I was like, what the, like no way, because she died that day. Like luckily she died the day, like when I say luckily, it's because you don't want to wait for someone to die. Yeah. So when they told me, I was like kind of like, well, like, is it how long until she dies? Like what's happening? They're like, it could be now, it could be tomorrow, it could be, and I was just kind of like, I don't want, like, I know she wouldn't want us to just sit around and wait for her to die. You know, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah.
And how did you find your way back to school, like, after she
I was
passed?
back at school a week later. Wow. I went to school interviews the day after my mum's funeral. So that was a lot. That was, like, because I moved in with my auntie, who was my mum's older sister. And she's kind of like a, you know, workaholic in a way. Like her whole thing's like, don't stop moving, you know? And so like I went, because I was moving suburbs, like to the other side of Perth. I had school interviews the day after my mum's funeral. And then I was back at my school, like 5 school days after she died. Yeah.
That takes such strength as well. Like you must have had to build a lot on your own after she passed away and just kind of build that strength
100%.
to kind of keep moving forward and, you know, like growing, being a teenager, like and navigating that without your mum, like
it was a lot.
I couldn't imagine it. Like it just seems
it was insane. A lot, but I just like kind of like the one thing that always I think about is just like like it's something that's happened, like and it's like if I would do anything to change it, like I'd do anything for my mum to be here. I'd like give away anything in my life, you know. But I can't do that, and so all you can do is take the positives out of that shitty situation. That's what used to get me through when I moved high schools and everything. I was like, you know what, like I wouldn't have met these amazing friends if like, you know, like sounds shit, but it's like, you know, like that's the stuff that would get me through, being like, well, I wouldn't be doing this with my sport, I wouldn't be doing this with music, I wouldn't be, you know, like I probably wouldn't have even been on Big Brother if, like, you just have to still this like almost like give yourself those like kind of like be like, okay, like everything has happened for a reason. Not that I believe in that shit, because I don't believe a kid's parent dying happens for a reason.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I think that I was maybe like one of the right kid, like not the right kid, but like I think that I was strong enough to handle it in a way. Yeah. So because now shit happens and I just go, that ain't nothing. You know what I mean?
Like, because you almost have to compare it to like what you've already been through.
100%. So when something shitty happens to me, I just go, it wasn't my mum dying. Like it's all good. It's like if I could get through that, I can get through anything.
Which
and that's
is
what
awesome
I think
to
about.
have that as well. Because you're like, you can almost get through anything now.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm like, I say it to my friends, like I'm like, nothing really, like I don't really fear anything wholeheartedly anymore because my worst fear did happen. Like I'm still scared of dying, but like I know have to rationalize that now. But like I'm like my biggest fear was my mum dying and it happened, and now I'm like that was my worst fear, and my worst fear happened, and it's all like I'm okay. Yeah, that's how it just is. I'm okay, you know.
Is that what led into like focusing more on music and getting into that? Because was it always in your, I mean, from little, was it always in your dream to be a musician?
Yeah, 100%. Like since I was like legit can remember, like I'd always just be like putting on little concerts at home, and like, you know, I was very like, I was also really shy as a kid. So it took me a while to be able to sing in front of people. And like my mum would hear me sing and she'd be like, you have such a good voice. And I'd be like, oh no, like as if you heard me. Like I hate that, you know what I mean? And so yeah, like literally it's all I've ever wanted to be. Like it's the one thing I've been so sure of since I was literally I can remember is just like the love that I feel when I play music. It's just like something different. And so like I do it because of that, but also because my mum did push it so much because she knew I loved it. Like I was doing all the instruments, all the bands, because she was like, and I'm so grateful that she got me to do those things. Yeah. And so I do it for her in one way as well, because I'm just like, I know that she'd be like, why don't you make your music? You know what I mean?
And also
like,
you need that encouragement 100%. To keep going on like the creative journey. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Being a filmmaker and stuff, like it's so hard when you don't have that support. Yeah. Especially from your parents. I think that's like the biggest thing. Anyone outside, you almost can like handle and
100%. 100%. Yeah.
But when if your parents like, you need to do this, you can't be that. Like, it kind of hinders your journey with music 100%. Or anything creative.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I just know that if my mum was, still alive, she'd be like, hell yeah. And that's why when I got on Big Brother, I was like, I know she'd be like, bro, like what is this? And she'd be like, hell yeah. You know what I mean? So I was like, hell yeah, you know? But I really am just like my mum's twin. That's what everyone says. So it's like kind of, she had a very colourful life. So I'm like, hell yeah. Like,
how do you go about writing? And like, has that always come naturally? And do you still do it now? Like, a lot?
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not the type of person that's just like, you know, when you watch like a movie and the person's like sitting there and they're like, oh yeah, and they like have this like epiphany and they write this. I'm going like this because that sucks that our generation type shit now. But I just like, I'm the type of, the way that I write is like I hear the music and then I write. So that's like my kind of like the way that I write music. And I just, every time I kind of think that like I'm having this like dry spell of writing, it just kind of like comes back and I'm like crazy and I'm like have new shit to write about. I'm like, oh, that's dope. Like ever since I've been on the show now I can write like these kind of like it's kind of like I got dumped in June. So like I write all the like I'm like, yeah, cool. And I'm like writing this like, you know, some shit and then like and I wrote this new song I'm dropping in like a few weeks and I'm like, now I can actually write all this like crazy shit in it being like, oh, I'm on TV, you know what I mean? Like what's she gonna do now? You know what I mean?
It's like that revenge song.
Yeah, almost. So like revenge. It's like, yeah, honestly, like it's true. The more you experience in life, the more you can write about. Yeah. And it's very, very true and very evident, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's like the best thing that you can write about, write what you know and the experiences that you've gone through.
100%. I never want to cap in music. That's the thing. I hate people who cap in their songs and they're like, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, that didn't happen. It's like, I want you to listen to a song and then I can literally walk you through exactly what that actual experience was. Like if I say a line, it's like, you're like, oh, yep. And I can be like, yeah, this was because of that and that. You know what I mean? Like, it's like I very much write sometimes it's too straight up, like too legit, you know what I mean? It's like almost corny, but I'm like, I'd rather say that, you know what I mean?
You'd rather be truthful than like
than it just be capping. Yeah.
I love that. Well, let's talk Big Brother.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, insane. Yeah. Insane that it came back. Insane that you're on the first season of the new run.
Yeah.
What was your audition process like? Because, I mean, having Mia and Vinny on and then some of the older OGs, it's so interesting to know, like, each person's kind of process.
Well, mine was like, I was literally going for a photo shoot for, like, a friend. Shout out Crimp. They like do hair in Brunswick and they were all like, you'd be so good on Big Brother. And I literally, no offense, was like, is Big Brother still a thing? Like I did not think that I was like, that's so random, fair enough. And I was like, yeah, true. I'm walking home and I get a suggested ad on Facebook for the audition. I was like, Big Brother is always watching, is he not?
Literally.
And so I just applied like on an application and then I got through that and then I did like a Zoom interview in like August or something like that. And then I did like a in-person interview sometime in like August, September, I think. And then I knew I was on by, like, I know that it was before like October 20th. I knew I was on.
Yeah, well, okay, so that's quite like you had enough time to kind of get your stuff together and figure it out.
Because my friend was in Melbourne and I remember getting the phone call and I dropped them to like go shopping and I was waiting in the car and I got a phone call and they're like, yeah, you're on the show. And I was like, what the and I was as if I'm just by myself in my car right now. And then they all came back to the car and I was like, yo, like I literally just found out I'm on Big Brother while you guys were like shopping, bro.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
were you a fan of it before you watched it?
When I was a teenager, like I loved like the season with like Layla and like
I loved
like
that
Tahan
season too.
and Tully and all that. Like
so
like
good.
those seasons was like the seasons when I was like 11, 12, like all that. And I'd watch it on like, what was it on? Like, was it channel?
I think it was channel 9.
9? Yeah, with like Sonia Kruger and yeah.
Before it got like weird because the channel 7 seasons were a bit odd.
Yeah, see, I never saw them, so I didn't even know that was like a thing until after I got on, and then one of my mates was like telling me about it, and I was like, true.
Yeah, like
I didn't
you're
even know
lucky that you got on this one as well.
Yeah, no, very,
like it's close to the OG. Like I wouldn't. It was more interactive this year, and like people were able to, you know, vote and do all that kind of stuff, which I think that's the beauty of Big Brother. Like 100%. You want to be interactive with it. You don't just want to be watching it on the screen.
No, 100%.
I think what topped it though was the TikTok live because I feel like everyone was watching the TikTok live rather than the actual show.
Yeah, like but as they should have because the amount of shit that was left out on the actual shows.
Literally.
Like the real ones watch the TikTok live, what I've learned. Like they'll be like, those are the people that be defending us all. They're like, no, you didn't actually see this or this and that. Like she wasn't actually sleeping the whole time, and I'm like,
no, and you weren't.
I wasn't.
You definitely were not. What was that like? When people were saying like the housemates when you watched back, have you watched back?
Yeah, I've watched I've watched the important bits back. Like just honestly because I've lived through it, I kind of like was bored when I was watching it. Like no offense, there's the whole Love Island narrative within it where you're just kind of like, I'm watching it. I'm like, no, I literally watch these relationships. I'm not watching this on the show for like 90% of the episode.
Which
like, you know what I mean?
You were with it 24/7.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, 24 hours a day. So it's kind of, you don't need to watch the whole thing back.
No, but I know who voted for me and everything. And I've had it out with them. I've gone, oh, you voted for me because I sleep. I know. And they're like, oh, I was picking at, you know, I just was, I'm like, shut up. I was like, Emily, bro, what was this?
It's so like, you almost have to choose something though if you actually generally don't have anything. For sure.
No, I don't actually I don't have a problem.
Were you doing that a bit though, do you think?
I wasn't. Everyone I voted for because they kind of annoyed me on the show. Like, and they all know that, you know what I mean? But there were certain people that I look back now where I like, we all had in our heads like this kind of, you know, there was a few people that was just kind of like, you don't vote for them. Like, that's your people you don't vote for. Like, you know, I'm not going to mention, but there was someone in particularly in mind where I was like, nah, I should have just voted for you. Like, you know what I mean? You know, no one you would expect. No one's like, oh, is she going to, you know, but no one I'm like friends with or anything. So, but it's like, I think a lot of people felt that on the show, and then hence why like maybe some like Ed and Emily voted for me and stuff for sleeping, because it's like you don't know who to vote for. But I think there was like almost like there was this unspoken thing that you don't vote for certain people that you're cool with, but then this certain person I'm thinking about ain't actually as cool with as everyone as we all thought. You know what I mean?
That's so shit.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like you don't know what's going on.
Not at all.
Like, you know what you're doing, but the craziest thing is you don't know what everyone else is saying.
No, and that's the craziest part, that we can't talk about it, like on the show. That
Did you find it hard not to talk about it, or was it quite easy for you to like do it and then just forget who you nominated, kind of thing?
I mean, yes, but then I did feel like the second week I felt hella bad because like I nommed Jane and Mia and they both got evicted. Only feel bad about Mia, and I was like, fuck.
But honestly,
I was like,
Mia left, because I spoke to Mia about this. I'm like, I don't think she would have left if that girl didn't vote her off.
Yeah, look, I've no idea about the voting. I don't know how legit the voting is anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think everyone was questioning that this year only because
I think they had their winner.
Didn't have the graph, and they usually have the graph.
Yes, see?
Like people were just like,
I want to see the graph of who actually won. That's what I want to see.
Yeah. Because I mean, I don't know. I'm not even going to say it, but I was a little bit like questioned about the winner, but I get why she won.
Yeah.
I totally
100%.
get why she won, but I totally thought it was going to be Colin.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I thought Colin, but even Emily, I was like,
yeah, see, I wanted Emily to win because I think that the idea of Big Brother is that it's like everyday people who just, like, she's a teacher. She's just this teacher with a fucking awesome personality. She's like, you know, when have you ever seen someone like her on TV? The way she acts and the way she's such a, and I say quirky
so
in a really,
and just like normal and like,
just like this little chiller. And I was like, she should, like, do you know what I mean? If Big Brother was actually based on like not who's the hottest and who's the biggest influencer and who's this, because they tried to shy away from that, but it was still very evident, I think.
There were some influencers, 100%, which is like what I think now. It's like, who is an influencer?
For sure.
Because like you could have like over 100,000 followers and not be
100%.
necessarily like a crazy
100%.
influencer. Do you know what I mean? But like, yeah, they didn't have there was maybe two or three people in there that had followers. Like
three, yeah.
Like enough followers? Like I don't know. I don't even know what you consider followers anymore.
Well, like I just think anyone who like is already like kind of got like a name for themselves. Like that kind of takes away from Big Brother for me. Just because I thought that it was about like people just being like, you know what I mean? Like I am just this random chick that just wanted to go to the dentist.
And I think
like,
back
you know
in the
what
OG
I mean?
days, it was so much more like easier to have that because no one had social media.
For sure.
Really. Like even Channel 9, like Instagram only just came out like on the Channel 9 days. So it was almost like no one had that many followers.
No.
Like I had Tahan on and she's like, I had like 6,000 followers. I'm like, that's almost like an everyday person now.
That's crazy.
Because most
like
people
she had 6K when she went on.
Yeah, 6K.
That's
when
crazy
she
to
went
have
on.
like 6K. That's like legit like 100K
I know,
now.
and
You know what I
It
mean?
was mainly because I did like, you know, the like the promo work.
Yeah,
kind of
true.
thing. So it wasn't even like she had like a massive profile.
Yeah.
But like these days it's so hard because I'm like, I don't know, there's so many people that have followers,
100%,
but are they actually legitimate influencers?
Yeah, I guess.
Know.
Yeah. I guess influencer to me is just like, anyone I guess who has a following that.
But you were like an everyday person, which is so,
man,
it was so good to like see. Were you surprised that you got on or were you quite like expected that you were going to get on?
No, I was surprised for sure. But then when I saw the group of people, I thought, oh yeah, fair enough. Kind of like a triple diversity tick with me there. You know what I mean?
Did you feel that?
I thought there was going to be more POC on the show, 100%. I thought there was going to be, I thought that Mia and I wouldn't be the only like queer people and people of color, like to, you know, the two like, I'm saying gay, sorry Mia, because we don't like, but the two gay girls and we're both POC is like, I thought that, like, you know what I mean? I thought that there was going to be a lot more. I thought to the point that there was going to be so much diversity that like Australians were going to be like, what is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the racist.
Like being like, what, you know?
This?
But so no, I was very surprised when I got on. But then when I was on the show, like I was like, yeah, okay. I wonder like what, like I was very grateful to be on it. But I think there should have been more POC throughout.
Yeah,
at
more
least,
diversity.
Like, give us like, just something. Yeah,
Give us something else.
Just something. Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
But so your relationship with Alana though was quite special.
Yeah.
And she saved you from being evicted and like being nominated. What kind of gravitated you towards Alana and what built like that strong kind of foundation of the friendship?
What drew me to her was like, honestly, like she does like just her vibe reminds me of my mum a lot. Like she's just like, I can just like, obviously I didn't know her like 10, 20, whatever. But like just, she's such a chiller. Like she's just like she's just this chill mum, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's lovely. She's so, like she's just open arms. Like I didn't feel any judgment from her. And I had no point where like, when I was with her where I felt this like little uneasiness, which I did feel with a lot of people because you don't really know where you kind of stand. Yeah. And that was my own anxiety, but I didn't have that with her. And I don't know. She's just fucking fantastic. Yeah. Like I don't like, she's the best person ever. She deserved to win. You know what I mean? Like she's one of those people where I'm like, you deserve to win. You know, she spent her whole life raising children and her job is to be there for other people. You know what I mean? And then she comes into the house and what does she do? She's raising us. She's like, help.
She's literally
like giving us this maternal love that we all wanted and needed. And then she's also basically dealing with everyone's problems. But like I can sit here right now and thinking like, fuck, did I ever really check in with her? Like, it's not like, it's like she kind of stepped into like, she just deserved to win. You know what I mean? Because she did so much. And anyone who says that she didn't or didn't give her flowers for that is just capping.
Yeah. And I think a lot of those people that might say that are the people that didn't watch the TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok gave you everything.
100%.
From every single perspective, TikTok gave you the whole thing. Yeah. It's like they should have just copied and pasted it on.
Yeah, 100%.
Like I get the edits and stuff and you only have so many like, you know, hours in a TV show. But it's just, it's insane the differences and the different perspectives that people have.
Oh man, there are several situations I think about, but they weren't even on the TikTok live. There are certain things where I'm just like, bro, like that's just like
that's just
or just like a lot of. I mean, shit. Do I just want to like? Someone said the N-word on the show that never got, and that pissed me off.
Oh, of course,
because I was like,
who's saying that anymore?
But like, it was just like who, like what. Like, and you know, like at least show that to the world so then everyone knows who that person is. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I was often seeing like people flipping their personality when they realize like this might be not going the way they want it to go, which is crazy. Did you come in with the strategy or not really? You just came in to be yourself?
I came in like legit like thinking that I might have to like draw back my personality a bit just because I'm a lot. And then I maybe did that for the first few days and then I was chilling and then I was like, nah, these guys are chill. You know what I mean?
No, definitely you are not a lot. And I don't think
I am a lot though. Like when we got out of the house and we all went to Adelaide, I was like, see guys, I told you I was holding back. Because I told them all when I was in the house, I was like, I'm holding back a little bit. Like I'm holding back a little bit by the advice of my friends. You know what I mean?
But I honestly thought people really got to know you as well though. Like you were... Like you opened up through a lot of it, even the hard situations like the pretty privileged thing, like that's a hard thing to navigate when you don't know people.
Oh, for sure. Like it's kind of weird because I would never be the type of person to do that with people I don't know very well. Like I'm very much like, I don't really, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't like, if I was in a dinner party with people I didn't really know, I wouldn't really like want the eyes on me in that way to talk about that. But I don't know, something about it like clicked that I was like, I am on TV, I may as well like talk my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because someone else can relate to you and that's like 100%. Totally so important to show. Yeah. Like not everyone is the same. We're not made up the same. Everyone is so totally different and have different opinions.
100%.
But when you're put in a house and you have to do that almost like
just
in
talk,
that first week, like that's what Big Brother is. It's like challenges you and it challenges you morally as well.
Yeah,
because you're like, where the fuck do I stand with this
100%. 100%.
Which is crazy. It's like, and you're almost under pressure because you're like, if you go one way, like it could go really bad for you.
Yeah.
And then if you go the other way, it's going to be really good for you. So it's like, where do you go?
Yeah, but you don't even know which way is good or bad. That's the thing as well.
Because
like,
you're also in that moment having that conversation with people.
Yeah, and that's the thing, what would wig you out the most is that you would just be having this conversation and then you'd like, you know, see like 50K and you'd be like, bro, like that wasn't just a nice conversation or educating conversation I have with someone. They're going to, now Australia's seen this and they're probably going to pick out the argument that maybe happened beforehand. Instead of the actual conversation, you know?
And who do you find that you are bonding with most now outside that unexpectedly happened versus what you were like with them in the show?
Unexpectedly would definitely be Ed. Because it's like, if I'm saying unexpectedly, like we were chill in the house, but he nommed me like the first 2 weeks. I'll never forget this, Ed. He literally said today, he was like, speak nicely of me. I'm like, hey, shut, I'm gonna bring that up, Ed. But no, unexpectedly is like Ed and I, like we're very in common in the way that we like to, I don't know, like just like partying. Like we love, we love the same things. We just like doing the same things. And, you know, we're both fussy eaters and we're both just like, you know what I mean? Like we just like, we weren't that close in the house. Like we were close, but not as close as we both were with other people. But yeah, like it's a really nice friendship we have. But then obviously like, got like just the usual people who you would all obviously also Mia, like Mia and I weren't close in the house. And then we've come out of the house and we're very good friends. And so that's probably unexpected as well in a way, I guess. Like
you just seem like you'd be two complete opposites, but also share so many similar
we've
like
spoken
things.
about it, and I'm like,
because that's what I was like. We were talking about her and Mia and Holly, and how they were like both sort of misunderstood in the house. And like you guys were almost like not friends, but not realizing that people on the outside were being like,
100%.
These girls are like very similar in the way that like their reactions and things like that, but they're just not seeing what we're seeing.
100%.
So it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane. But Vinny also said that you guys
like,
hang out all
that's
the time.
what I mean. Like the unexpected, but then the expected is like Vinny and I, like I literally FaceTimed him like when I woke up today, like we were chatting, and then like Alana and I, obviously, like Connor and I, Emily, like just all the people that like, you know what I mean, that like is expected. It's like, the unexpected would just be Ed and Mia, just because of like we weren't super close in the house.
Yeah. Did you feel like you had enough time to get to know people?
I think that a week wouldn't have made a difference. I think that's why I took the money, because I knew in my head, we all knew there was only a week left, and I did the math real quick and I was like, a 1 in 10 chance of winning or 15K right now. I think I'm going to take the 15K.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go.
I think the 7 days wouldn't have made a huge difference, because that kind of just seemed like when shit really hit the fan. I think a lot of like relationships were maybe a little bit like put a lot on edge in that last week. And I think that wouldn't have made me put any of mine on, like I don't think any of mine would have been put on edge, but I think I don't know, like I think it would have probably, like I'm just cool with everyone, you know what I mean?
I don't think you were as you weren't a controversial housemate.
No, I think I could have been in that last week
with people.
I think that last week would have got me, like seeing like, you know, like how like upset Alana was, and like when they had the whole task where they had to like steal her drink bottle, and like I would have probably popped off at that, and that probably wouldn't have like been good for me to pop, because I would have popped off in a way of like letting out 3 weeks of anger, you know what I mean?
Is it like that? Does it feel tense in the house?
Yeah.
And like walking on eggshells, or not really?
I wouldn't say walking on eggshells, because it's like this unique thing where it's like we all are just like, it's like it fast forwards this comfortability of friendship. Like it's like I could just go to the toilet in front of like Vinny and Mia and Alana and I wouldn't care. But like I have friends I've been friends with for 15 years and I wouldn't dare to. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like this, it's so like immediately it's just like boom, like you're so close.
Yeah.
And so I don't think anyone was walking on eggshells. I think that was probably the problem.
Yeah.
Is that you feel like you're like, well, okay, we all sleep together, we eat together, we shower together, we do everything.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone was really walking on eggshells. Yeah.
It was more like you just weren't, was it more like you were holding back because you knew there were cameras, and if you said anything, you were like,
I think for me personally, I just would like think in my head and I'd be like, this is just like not worth it. Like this is like something that like I might get clipped as like being like, you know, angry or this or that, because I do have like, that was something I really worked, like in the pretty privilege thing, people are like, oh my God, like they noticed how when I stood up to leave, my friend told me to do that if I get overwhelmed, because naturally in an actual environment, like with my friends, I'll just keep going.
Yeah.
But like that was something that like I was praised for in a weird way, where people were like, look, she just got up and she, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Like,
but
so
that's, I got told to do that
so
like by my friend.
And you sat and you actually had like such valid points to then sit down and like open up with what you were really feeling. Yeah. Because that was a tricky situation.
Yeah, it was tricky.
You felt the uncomfortable.
Yeah, it was very uncomfortable.
Of like everyone around there. Like, did you and Holly speak about it after or not?
Oh, yeah, we spoke. That's the thing. Like, people like kind of assumed that Holly and I wouldn't be cool because of that. But I think people need to remember that happened like, 3 or 4 days in or something.
Yeah.
And me and Holly were chilling the rest of the, you know what I mean? Like, it was honestly because so much happened. We didn't even talk about it on the show again. And then when we got off the show, we like spoke about it and we were like, oh, we should maybe like talk about this together off the show. Just never happened, but I think we both like have our, you know, she has her point of view, I have mine. it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's important for like that people saw that.
100%. Yeah. No, it is. I didn't think it was going to be as watched as it was when it happened. I really didn't think, I honestly thought if anything, it was going to be really negative on me as well. I was expecting like me, like if anything came out of it, people were like, oh, this fatty's like talking about how hard it is to be fat. And I'm like, so that's what I was expecting. But then when I came out and I saw that was kind of like my biggest kind of thing in there, I was like, true, like that's really like, it is really nice to like that. I didn't realize that would like kind of rub on people so positively, you know what I mean? Like I know that like, I just didn't think about it in the time, honestly. I kind of had this thought process that it was going to end up more negative on me. Like that night I asked Big Brother if I could leave.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because I was just so overwhelmed.
Just overwhelmed?
Just overwhelmed. And I kind of like, just kind of thought that majority of people, because a lot of people didn't see as well as when I came back from there, I then proceeded to ask everyone who would vote for Trump. And that was a whole nother argument. And that was a whole nother.
They didn't show that. That's insane. They should have showed that. That would have been way more interesting.
Yeah, and it was as soon as I came and sat back down because Vinny asked his question, I was next to him. And then I was like, all right. And they're like, all right, your question. I'd like come back. I'm like, what? I'm like, all right, who'd vote for Trump? And then it just blew up again in like round 2 of arguments.
See,
like me and Colin are like screaming at each other. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, yeah.
Some of the stuff they should have showed because that would have been.
That's Big
that
Brother
Trump
shit.
would have been. That
Talking about politics, that's Big Brother shit.
Literally.
Like talking about like differences, and so it was just a really big night. And honestly, that question, the Trump question, like seeing some of the people's answers, that was the majority. What kind of made me want to leave? Yeah, it was that I was kind of like, oh man, like, what am I in here with? Like, you know what I mean? Literally. Like, so yeah,
that's crazy. But like. With your eviction, when you left when you were on the outside and people like on the live stream, where's Abiola? Were you watching the live stream?
No, I didn't have my phone, but like I saw all this shit. People were like, I'm her cousin, she's fine. But people like, she's in emergency, the ambulance, like what is...
I know, everyone was like thinking that you were like sick or something.
Yeah, I know,
like
and they're like, that makes sense why she was asleep. I think they were all just on God, like trying to rage bait me. Even though I wasn't seeing it, but it was, that was really funny because I was just waiting for them to announce that I was gone. I was just, I didn't have my phone, so I didn't know any of that was going on. But I knew the live stream was going on, and so I was wondering what would be said, like. I was like, that would be random that I would just disappear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like where is she?
So I think that was kind of random. I think the live stream kind of didn't work in that way because there was like Ed and I who both left. And then they had to keep it under wraps, but it's kind of like the live streamers know, like they're like,
I feel like next year, whenever they do it again, they'll need to like fix that.
Yeah,
kind
100%.
of monitor that because that's weird. But what's life like outside now? Have you found that things have changed?
Yeah, no, things have changed. It's so sick. Like I went on Big Brother to just be myself and. Because I make music, I was like hoping that would give me a little bit of a platform with my music and stuff. Sure. And so that definitely has happened. Like all the things that I wanted to come out of this have come out of this, which is amazing. And it's sick to see like just people who are like, oh, I'm a fat girl and blah, 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 blah. Like, can I audition for Big Brother? I'm like, hell yeah, you could audition for Big Brother. Anyone can audition. And it's cool. Like, I never want to be the representation for people. Like, I never want to be that where I'm like, yeah, I speak for this group of people, whatever. But it's cool to know that, like, I went on a show and like other people think that they, like, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, someone like me wouldn't have been on a show like that. Like being a self-proclaimed fat black lesbian probably wouldn't have been on, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it's so fucked up, but
that now like people who maybe look like me are just like, I can go on a TV show because like 20 years ago that wasn't a thing, you know what I mean? So that's the cool part that like I got on and I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, anyone could get on. That's dope, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I guess what would be something that you would say for someone who wants to go on Big Brother and what to expect, I guess?
Make sure your mental health is right. Just apply if you feel like it. I mean, I can't give any advice. It's all like a it's not a universal experience. It's like how you experience is going to be, it's like how I have a different experience to the 11, 12 other people I was in there with. Just if you feel like it, go for it and just be yourself, because don't go on being some fake shit. And then you got to keep either uphold that or not be, you know what I mean? Literally just be wholeheartedly yourself. And I know that's like the same advice everyone says, but that's what it is for reality TV. You have to just be yourself.
Yeah. Just go in, be yourself.
Yeah.
And don't like shy away from everything.
No, don't. That's the thing. Don't shy away from all the shit that you think might be weird shit about you. Yeah. They love it. You know what I mean?
They love that. The producers love that.
Yeah, 100%.
Just literally be yourself.
Yeah, 100%.
Amazing. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
We've got to do this again. I feel like I got to bring you, Mia, and Vinny on as a three. Let's recap Big Brother again.
That'd be dope. That'd actually be so dope.
So cool. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.